Aurora was revealed this week during a press preview at the Nuremberg International Toy Fair in Germany, and her card revealed some things we didn't know yet about Disney Lorcana. Aurora Dream Guardian is a 5-cost 3/5 Sapphire card with the traits Floodborne, Hero, and Princess. Aurora is the third card revealed with both the Floodborne trait and the Shift ability, which is leading me to believe those two go hand in hand. She's the first Floodborne card to be revealed outside of the Amber ink, confirming Floodborne and Shift are not exclusive to Amber. She also introduces a new keyword called Ward in her ability called Protective Embrace. Aurora protects your other characters by giving them Ward, which means your opponent can't choose them except to challenge. This tells us a lot that we didn't previously know. First thing I noticed is Aurora herself is not warded, only your other characters. Why is that important? Well, for one, it keeps the card balanced because simply warding everything in herself would be quite strong, but secondly, this means that when you play Dragonfire or Maleficent, the only card you can choose on the opponent's side of the board is Aurora. I mean, my god, the attention to detail and design by the team at Ravensburger is just phenomenal. It might be a little thing, but it just adds to that immersive storytelling gameplay that I think will help set this game apart. I don't know about you guys, but if I'm playing Ruby against a Sapphire deck and run into this scenario, I genuinely feel bad having to use the evil dragon Maleficent to get rid of Aurora. I feel like I'm betraying her. It makes me even more eager to see how they design Blue Maleficent and how she will interact with this whole dynamic. Beautiful job, genuinely. The second thing I noticed though was the wording in parentheses for Ward. Specifically that you can't choose an opponent except to challenge confirms to me that when in combat, the attacker gets to choose who they attack rather than your opponent choosing who blocks. When looking at Robin Hood and Captain Hook, who also mentioned challenging, I wasn't sure we had enough information from their card text to definitively come to this conclusion, but with Aurora's ability, it's clear that you choose who you challenge, which gives us a little bit of insight on what the gameplay might look like. Now, to be fair, there's still a lot we don't know. We don't know if it's possible to go face, if you have to challenge an opponent's character, if they have one on the board, if you can only challenge characters that are tapped or vice versa. So this little nugget of information is really exciting to get a glimpse at how combat might work. But ultimately, we still have to wait for more to be revealed before this information really means anything. Something else about the Aurora reveal got me thinking. If we run with the assumption that Floodborne is tied to the shift mechanic, which at this point, if it isn't, then Ravensburger are really pulling our legs, I'm starting to wonder if Floodborne and Shift aren't just another archetype you can build your deck around in Lorcana, but instead a more centralized component to the game. Something we've learned about Shift characters is they are reimagined fantastical versions of the original characters, often strongly portraying their ink in the card art. If we look at the starter decks now, knowing Aurora is a Floodborne, I wonder if Aladdin and Sorcerer Mickey are also Floodborne. In both pictures, they each are literally wearing the symbol for their ink color, so I'd be very surprised if they weren't. If that's the case, I'm inclined to think it isn't just an archetype, since archetypes are usually built within certain colors in TCGs and not across the entire card pool. It gives me some serious Pokemon evolution vibes, which I'm totally okay with. Something else I'm really happy to see with Aurora is the continuation of the trend of depth regarding card mechanics. Everybody I've talked to that's been able to playtest the game has spoken to what Ravensburger has stressed in the past about being easy to pick up and still having lots of depth. I really want to see a thriving competitive scene as much as I want this game to be fun and casual for families, so seeing something like Floodborne and Ward only gives me more hope that this game is going to have a lot of room to be creative for the competitive players like myself. Aurora wasn't the only thing shown today at the International Toy Fair. We got to see better pictures of Hades and Mulan, confirming everything we talked about in the previous video that you should go watch after this one if you haven't already. Two things to take away from this. One of them is that we got to see what Mulan's rarity is, and second is that Hades' cost not having the swirls like all the other characters must not be a mistake, since we also see it missing here at the Toy Fair. We still don't know what it means, but now we know it probably isn't a misprint. We also got to see mock-ups of the absolutely beautiful product being released in August. I've never really been one to collect sealed product, but these just look like they would be gorgeous on display somewhere, and I could totally see myself doing that with these. Like the booster box with the booster packs in it just make me feel some type of way, and I can't wait to get my hands on them. The gift set and starter decks too, they just look so good. Also, in case you were wondering, yes, we asked if we could see the back of these boxes, and we were told there was nothing on the backs and all the products were empty, so these were just mock-ups. The last bit of news we've gotten so far is from a quick interview of Ryan Miller, where he confirms that every set has over 200 pieces of art, meaning the 4 sets we were told we would get every year will have over 200 cards in them. So by the first year anniversary, we'll have over 800 cards to play with and collect. As far as TCGs go, I think that's pretty standard. It's a lot of cards for someone like me who doesn't collect as much as they play. For collectors, it seems like a pretty fair number. I've got to give a huge shout out to Florian. I'll link his Twitter in the description. He's the journalist who is at the Toy Fair supplying us with all of these great pictures in the interview with Ryan Miller. He was super responsive and kind to everything we asked while he was covering this, and we wouldn't have any of this information without him. So go check him out, give him a follow, and like all of his tweets as thanks for supplying us with all of this good news. Also, don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think of all the new information revealed, and subscribe if you want to stay up to date with all things Lorcana. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next one.